I'm Lori Wiegand-Jackson, Senior Vice President of IPKeys Power Partners. Thank you for joining us today for our presentation on demand response programs in California. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about IPKeys Power Partners. We're a wholly owned subsidiary of IPKeys Technologies, a WBE and SBA certified 8A company that was established 10 years ago. We have over 250 employees. We focus in serving the Department of Defense, cybersecurity, energy, and public safety divisions. We're headquartered in Eatontown, New Jersey, with offices in California, Maryland, and Virginia. Our clients include Schneider Electric, Hawaii Electric, City of Burbank, California. We have a contract with the Defense Logistics Agency to support Department of Defense facilities. And we serve a broad range of industrial and commercial clients, including colleges, universities, and school districts. We're active in California in all three investor-owned utilities, as well as New York, PJM, and the Texas markets, and our focus is to deliver secure, high-quality technology, integration, consulting services, and software to the DoD, energy, public safety sectors. Across the board, our focus is to provide secure technology and services to our clients. In the area of the Department of Defense, we provide information assurance and cybersecurity, systems engineering, program acquisition and management, and gaming solutions. For public safety, we provide network and systems integration. And for energy and smart grid, we're a demand response aggregator, curtailment service provider, as well as providing our technology, our ICE system, the ICE Blade and ICE Box. We provide interface with existing energy management and building automation systems, network design, implementation, and ongoing program support. IPKeys Power Partners differentiates itself by being able to support the program customization that is resident across the board in California, with programs varying significantly from utility to utility and between the utility and the California ISO. Our demand response programs support all of those programs, as well as real-time pricing or critical peak pricing initiatives, real-time monitoring of your consumption, a customizable dashboard, and our OpenADR 2.0B certified technology solution. We're ahead of the curve in that we are using an open standards-based approach that supports interoperability between our solution and other equipment in the marketplace with a high level of security. We provide turnkey solutions, starting with enterprise-wide programs with site assessments, project management, a DR program management, a control interface to your current BAS or EMS systems, and a dedicated account management. Our ICE solution is resident through the cloud, providing market signaling, asset control, load monitoring, event notification and validation, automation, and a high degree of telemetry, all in a secure cloud-based platform. Today's agenda, I'll be talking about demand response, reliability and resiliency, DR programs across California, the revenue streams and saving opportunities from those programs, the limitations and use of backup generators for demand response in California, our ICE Auto DR technology to improve response and ease of performance, our approach for an enterprise-wide program, and an overview of the value proposition. So whether you're participating in demand response already, or you are just starting to investigate demand response for your facilities, it's important to have an understanding of what demand response is and the value it provides. Demand response is an essential solution to grid reliability and resiliency. Simply stated, demand response is the reduction in the use of electricity in response to a signal, an emergency signal, high price signal, or regulation signal. And in response to those signals, the customers cut back on a portion or all their use of electricity for a period of time. The importance of demand response in California relates to the significant amount of levels of solar and wind renewable energy that has been developed recently and the constraints that it puts on the grid as an intermittent resource. In addition, in California, we've had the retirement of large power plants. Recently, in the Los Angeles area, the San Onofre Nuclear Generating Station, a 2,000 megawatt generating plant, was retired. And that put significant constraint on the Orange County and surrounding areas of the grid. And with the water energy nexus, areas that are supported by electric generation sourced from water, as we have in California, are having issues as well on the supply side as we go through droughts through various regions. So there are a number of demand response programs. I'm going to review all of those today. The capacity program is designed to meet peak day load or for emergency situations on the grid. The programs are either seasonal, which are typically summer programs, or year-round, and often are based on availability just Monday through Friday during the afternoon to early evening hours, Monday through Friday, excluding holidays. They can have monthly commitments that can vary month to month, or one annual commitment that stands firm for the year. The maximum duration is 4 to 6 hours, depending on the program and the utility. And the notification is in the range of 30 minutes to 1 hour for short notice programs, up to day-ahead notice. Payments are made in this program whether or not an event is called, therefore creating a recurring revenue stream from these programs. The next program is an energy or price-based program. This program in California is really structured as a critical peak pricing optimization program. The utility will allow you to receive lower demand charges during the summer season in exchange for up to 15 higher price days in the summer. And by operating your automated demand response load reduction during those high price periods, you can get the benefit of the lower demand charges and also reduce your consumption during those high price periods, creating significant savings on your electric bill. We also have technology incentives in California for the automation of demand response. These are paid for the implementation of automated demand response solutions at $300 per kW of validated demand response. It's a state-funded program that's managed by the utility company, and the utility makes the payment 60% upfront and 40% after completing your first year of participation as a demand response resource. IPKeys Power Partners will share in that 40% bonus payment at the end of the year for your participation in the program. We also have a new program in California, and this is signaling a trend for the future of demand response in the state. This year, the state commenced with direct participation in the California ISO market for the first time. This DR auction mechanism, Pilot 1, will span from June of 2016 to December of 2016. And the next pilot, DRAM 2, will extend from January through December of 2017. So to highlight the kind of revenues that you can earn in these various programs, we provided a series of examples based on 1,000 kW of demand response participation. In the Southern California region, the first example shows the Southern California Edison Capacity Bidding Program, day of notice with technology incentives. In this program, you can see the capacity payments being earned out over several years and the first year bonus payment that comes from participating in the technology incentive and performing in the first year of the program. In total, over 4 years, over $200,000 of payments are earned as a demand response resource, with up to $300,000 available in technology incentives. The second program is San Diego Gas and Electric's Base Interruptible or BIT program with 30-minute notice and technology incentives. In this program, again, you're earning revenues year after year for being available as a resource, around $60,000 a year, and the $60,000 bonus gives a 4-year total of over $300,000 and a $300,000 technology incentive. The next example is for the Pacific Gas and Electric region, again for 1,000 kW in the capacity bidding program, day of notice with technology incentives. We're at about the $50,000 a year range on revenues, plus the $60,000 bonus if you participate successfully in the first year, brings it to a little over $250,000 over 4 years of incentives and the technology incentive of up to $300,000. The other program that PG&E offers in the capacity programs is the base interruptible program 30-minute notice. In this case, you are not eligible to receive technology incentives, but the payments themselves are higher. So this represents about an $80,000 a year payment to customers for a 4-year total of a little over $320,000. And the last example that we're giving is for this new direct participation in the California ISO program. This pilot runs again from June of 2016 to December of 2016. It's a 7-month pilot, and the earning is about $67,500. You still are able to participate with technology incentives up to $300,000 for 1,000 kW reduction. So for that 1 year with the bonus, we're looking at $127,500. Now, in addition to those capacity programs and the earnings that come from those and the technology incentives, we also have that supply side or cost mitigation strategy. So we'll monitor market conditions on a seasonal, monthly, 10-day, and day-ahead basis, looking to predict what those 15 high-price days will be for the utility to call on resources in that critical peak pricing program. We'll still utilize the automated demand response solution and demand response strategies that were put in place for the capacity program and employ them during critical peak pricing hours. And this will provide savings based on actual load reductions as a hedge against the high prices. Now, some customers would like to use their backup generators and just take their load from the grid and move it onto their backup generator, keeping business running as usual with no change in consumption. Well, the state of California and the United States EPA regulate backup or standby generators. And so we need to make sure that if you're going to participate with a generator, that you're compliant with the permitting requirements and that you participate and make any upgrades that are necessary to use those generators. Most importantly, the U.S. EPA ruled several years ago that you could run generators for up to 100 hours for the purposes of demand response, and this included diesel generators. But in this year, earlier this year, that ruling was overturned in appeals court. So that reverts us to no longer having the 100 hours of availability for diesel generators. In California, that means that to run those generators for demand response will require some additional permitting and upgrades, typically looking at a Rice Knee Shop or NOx rack compliance, and the cost could be significant, in the realm of $100,000, $150,000 or more per generating set to upgrade. So typically you're looking at generators that carry load of 750 kW or more. It would make sense to look at those and see if we can upgrade those for your participation, and the ROIs would be short enough to make that a viable decision. We do work with partners to complete generator assessments and determine compliance requirements. We'll focus on permitting, both equipment permitting and the site compliance guarantees. We turnkey the design and implementation of the program and have expertise in California markets. Next, I want to talk about automated demand response solutions, because to participate effectively in these programs, it's difficult to manually engage staff and get them to do the load reduction. So that is why automated demand response is really gaining in its use in California and across the United States. This automated demand response solution, our ICE solution, we've developed by the IPKeys Technologies team, uses our open ADR certified solution, and I'll talk in a minute about what open ADR represents. But what it does is it enables fast response. So instead of needing day-ahead notice, you can earn more money by going into a program that provides day of notice. The notice could be as short as 30 minutes, and in some parts of the country, we actually have programs that have 10-minute or even 4-second response. Our technology would support all of those. It provides for response even if personnel are not available when a demand response event is called. It provides for remote monitoring and override options. It reduces the stress of program compliance, provides for a high level of security, and can signal directly to an existing SCADA, energy management, or building automation system. It'll send events, it will acknowledge events, and you're able to define availability to opt in or opt out in utilizing the ICE technology. So what is OpenADR 2.0? Well, the OpenADR certifications relate to the non-proprietary open standards-based approach to developing technology for smart grid so that we can have a scalable but affordable smart grid development in our country. It provides secure two-way communication with electric price information as well as grid reliability information, and is sent directly to customers' equipment over networks such as the internet. The OpenADR 2 specification was supported by the U.S. Department of Energy, by NIST in their Smart Grid Interoperability Standards effort, and supports interoperability, which means seamless communication among control equipment for HVAC, lighting, process, etc., within the energy markets between devices that are equally OpenADR certified. Our ICE solution also provides for a customizable dashboard that is accessed securely online. That information can be, again, customized so that the dashboard produces what you'd like to see when you open up the ICE online application. You're able to see multiple facilities through the system, do comparison reports, as well as you're able to identify usage normalized for production or square footage. It also provides for real-time data monitoring during events, so you can see what your performance is while the event is occurring. We provide updates on a minute-by-minute basis. And that, again, this information is provided through a secure interface to you and your employees. Our approach to demand response program development starts with an interval data assessment. We'd like to see what your usage patterns are and can come up with a program qualification and a high-level revenue forecast from your interval data. At that point, we move into detailed site assessments. We'll meet with any SCADA or building automation vendors that you're working with. Also, we can take a look at your generator sets and do assessments of those and come with a detailed program qualification and revenue forecast. Our report will show by site what the level of automated demand response participation will be, with a no out-of-pocket cost approach to you, but your site, of course, has the final say in which programs and what equipment will participate and at what level. And then we move to an IPKeys Power Partners agreement for your demand response participation. Once we have a contract in place, we work with the utility to install a pulse interface box between their meter and our equipment so that we can monitor usage in real time. We also set up the AutoDR technology interface with whatever equipment we'll be automating to respond. We'll conduct testing, training, we'll provide the dashboard as you would like to see it. And then on an ongoing basis, we manage program enrollment and participation with notification protocol updates, performance scorecards, and with a dedicated account manager. So to sum it up, there are significant benefits to participating in demand response in California. First and foremost, this is an environmentally more sustainable solution than fossil fuel-based generation. Secondly, we're improving the reliability and resiliency of our power grid for both our own facilities as well as the local communities in which they reside. The economic benefits we've discussed at length in terms of recurring revenues and bill savings on your electric supply costs. Our programs are turnkey from start through ongoing program management, and this is a secure platform that will ensure that this is a secure smart grid solution for each of your facilities. I thank you for participating in our program. If you'd like to contact me directly, my information is currently shown up on the screen. And we, again, thank you for your participation and welcome any questions.